Okay, so we're diving into something that, let's be honest, can feel like a Herculean effort sometimes, the job hunt. You're really interested in RoleCatcher, though, and want to know if it actually, lives up to all the hype. What is it about this platform specifically that's got you so intrigued?
Well, what's really fascinating about RoleCatcher is how they're using AI and data to, give you a real edge in the job market.
Yeah.
Think of it like your secret weapon for taking your job search from zero to hero.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just about finding any job, right? It's about strategically positioning yourself to land that right opportunity.
Right, because just sending out resumes blindly can feel like you're shouting into the void.
Exactly.
So how does RoleCatcher actually make your job search, more strategic like that?
Okay, so imagine this. You could have a treasure map instead of having to dig through this whole island for buried treasure.
Okay.
That's kind of what RoleCatcher does. They have this massive library. We're talking over 3,000 career guides,
Mhm.
thousands of skill guides, interview guides, and then on top of that, a database of over 9 million employers worldwide.
9 million.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of the heavy lifting for you in terms of just gathering all the information.
Okay, so that's a ton of information. But like they say, knowledge is only power if you know what to do with it, right?
Right.
So how does RoleCatcher help you actually put all this knowledge to work?
Okay, so that's where the platform and their features really come in.
Okay.
Take, for example, RoleCatcher.capture. It's like having a personal assistant for your job hunt.
Oh, okay.
You can use it to grab job postings from any website, LinkedIn,
Hmm.
Indeed, company pages, whatever, and bring them all back into RoleCatcher.
So no more like 50 tabs open, frantically bookmarking things and hoping you don't miss that diamond in the rough opportunity.
Exactly. And speaking of staying organized, their board view is a total game changer. Have you ever, started a job application and then a week later you're like, wait, where was I in that process?
Absolutely, it's the worst.
Yeah. So with board view, you can visually track every job you're interested in. You can see which applications you've submitted, which interviews are scheduled, what stage you're at with each company. It's all about bringing some order to the chaos of, job hunting.
So it's like RoleCatcher is your organizational sidekick, which is huge because I think that feeling of being overwhelmed can really sabotage your job search.
Totally.
What about the whole AI aspect? They seem to be leaning into that pretty heavily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They offer what they call a co-pilot subscription. And this is where the AI really kind of shines. One of the most helpful features is the scored CV resume. Imagine getting your resume scored against a specific job description before you even apply.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
That's amazing. How does that even work?
Their AI analyzes the job description, looking at hard skills, soft skills, even the knowledge base they're looking for. And then it tells you how well your existing resume matches up. And then it even suggests areas where you can improve.
Wow. So it's like having a personal resume consultant, but without, the hefty price tag.
Exactly.
No more guessing games about keywords or like wondering if you're highlighting the right experience.
Exactly. And if you do decide to subscribe to that co-pilot level, you can actually have the AI help tailor your resume and cover letter content for you.
So it's not just about like identifying what to include, it's actually helping you write it in a way that's going to resonate.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there.
Yep.
They also have an AI tool that helps you answer those dreaded application essay questions. Like, tell us about a time you failed.
Oh, yeah.
Or, why are you the best fit for this company?
Those questions. They can be so hard to answer authentically and also sell yourself at the same time.
Right.
So how does RoleCatcher make those easier? It feels like you're walking this tightrope between like being honest, but then also like trying to, toot your own horn.
Right.
So how does RoleCatcher make those application essays easier?
Well, a lot of companies these days are actually using AI to screen applications.
Yeah.
Like, before a human even looks at it.
Right.
And RoleCatcher's AI understands that. So it's helping you craft answers that are tailored not just to the question, but also to that company's culture.
Yeah.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for these tricky application questions.
It's like they've cracked the code.
Right.
Okay, so we've talked about like finding the jobs, organizing your search, even like, crafting the perfect application. But then there's the interview.
Yeah.
And that's where the real pressure's on.
Oh, for sure. The interview is make or break time. And RoleCatcher knows that, which is where their database of over 120,000 interview questions comes in.
120,000. Okay, That's impressive, but also, like, slightly terrifying.
Right.
How could anyone possibly prepare for 120,000 different questions?
Well, that's where the AI comes in again. It helps narrow those 120,000 questions down to the ones that you are most likely to actually get asked for the specific role, the specific company you're interviewing with. So no more, like, generic questions. This is laser-focused prep.
So you're not spending hours searching common interview questions that, like, may or may not apply to you.
Exactly.
Huge time saver. But what about practicing your answers? Is it just you talking to the mirror, or does RoleCatcher have something more high-tech?
They actually have this feature where you can record yourself answering those practice questions.
Okay.
And here's the really cool part. With the AI, the Copilot membership, you get AI-driven feedback on your performance.
Hold on, the AI will analyze your answers.
Yeah.
What kind of feedback are we talking about here?
It's pretty thorough, actually. It looks at things like your pacing, your tone of voice, the content of your answers,
Yeah.
and then it gives you this personalized feedback and suggestions for improvement.
So it's like having, like, a personal interview coach
Right.
available 24/7. That's wild.
Yeah.
You get to practice, you get to see how you come across on camera, and then you get that feedback all before you even step foot in, like, the actual interview room.
Exactly. It's taking out the fear and the guesswork. But there's another aspect to RoleCatcher we haven't touched on yet, and this completely flips the script on traditional job hunting.
Oh. Okay, I'm really intrigued. What is it?
It's called their Get Discovered feature,
Okay.
and it lets employers find you.
Wow.
So instead of you always applying to jobs, you can opt into this feature and let employers come to you.
Yeah. Okay, now that is a game changer. So tell me more. How does that work?
So it's all based on skills matching.
Hmm.
So employers, they input the skills, the qualifications they need.
Right.
And then RoleCatcher's system, it automatically compares those to the profiles of users who have opted in. And then if you're a match, boom, they can reach out to you directly.
So instead of, like, hoping that my resume is seen in this sea of applications, I can just, like, put myself out there
Exactly.
and let companies come to me.
Yep.
That could be huge, especially for someone who's maybe, like, currently employed but open to new opportunities.
Right.
They might not be, actively searching job boards, but then with this, the right opportunity can just kind of find them.
Exactly. It's perfect for what they call passive job seekers,
Yeah.
or people who are just tired of that, traditional job hunting grind. And it gets even better. RoleCatcher actually gives you insights into which companies have viewed your profile and what they found interesting about it. It's like having a window into the recruiter's mind.
Now that is insightful. So you're not just, like, sitting there and waiting and hoping for the best. You're getting that real-time feedback.
Right.
That's amazing. But let's switch gears for a second and talk about the long game career planning.
Okay.
Finding a job is one thing, but, like, figuring out where you want your career to go, that's a whole other ball game. Does RoleCatcher help with that too?
They do. They have a section called Career Compass, and it's specifically designed for long-term career planning and development.
Okay.
So you can use it to explore different career paths, see potential progressions, even get, like, average salary insights for different positions.
So if I'm thinking about, like, making a career change or just like, I wonder what else is out there, I could use RoleCatcher to sort of explore those options.
Exactly. It's like having a personalized career map.
Wow.
They even have a database of courses and certifications.
Wait, they have courses too, so they're not just helping you find the job, they're helping you, like, build the skills you need to succeed in whatever field you choose.
That's exactly it. They've partnered with a bunch of different educational platforms to give you access to all these relevant courses, certifications right there on RoleCatcher. You can filter by skill level, by subject matter, even learning format.
That's incredibly helpful. So if, like, I'm missing this one key skill for a particular career path that I'm interested in, I could find a course and learn it.
Yeah, precisely. It's all about empowering you to take control of that career development, right? And this is where their skills gap feature is really handy too. Let's say you're interested in a specific job, but you're unsure if your skills are, a good match.
Okay, yeah, I've definitely been there. So how does the skills gap feature help with that? So if there's, like, a job I'm really, like, eyeing but not sure if I'm, quite qualified, the skills gap feature, it analyzes my profile and then compares it to what the job requirements are.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes beyond just a yes or no too.
Okay.
It tells you, okay, these skills you have, those are a good fit, but it'll also highlight any gaps you might have.
That's so much better than just, like, sending an application out and crossing your fingers.
Right.
It's like getting that personalized feedback before you even, throw your hat in the ring.
Exactly. And the best part is, if it does identify those skill gaps, it can then suggest courses or certifications that could help you, bridge them. And it's all right there within the platform.
Wow, they really have thought of everything. It really is like having this personal career counselor guiding you every step of the way. But before we get too carried away with all the bells and whistles here, let's talk about the platform itself. Like, how user-friendly is it?
Honestly, that's one of the things that impressed me. It's incredibly user-friendly.
Okay.
Even creating your profile, managing it, it's really straightforward. You can manually put your information in, or you can import it directly from like your LinkedIn or Indeed profile.
Oh, that's so convenient. Anything that saves me time, I'm here for it.
Absolutely. And once all that information's in there, you can edit it, you can update it as needed. They even have this cool feature where you can create multiple versions of your resume.
Multiple versions. What's the advantage of that?
So it's all about tailoring your application to each specific job, right?
Okay.
So let's say you have experience in marketing and sales, but you're applying for something that's very marketing focused. You can create a version that really emphasizes those marketing skills and kind of like downplays the sales stuff.
That's brilliant. Just really making sure you're presenting the most relevant experience. But isn't creating multiple versions kind of time consuming?
It can be, but RoleCatcher makes it really easy.
Yeah.
They have this intuitive, like drag and drop interface.
Yeah.
So you can add sections, remove them, rearrange them however you want. You can save all these different versions,
Yeah.
label them. You always have the right one ready to go.
So it's like having your own personalized resume library at your fingertips.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And it gets even better. RoleCatcher can actually link those resume versions to specific job applications. So when you're applying for a job through their platform, it'll suggest, hey, this resume version seems like the most relevant one based on this job description.
They've really streamlined the entire process. It's seriously impressive. But okay, this all sounds almost too good to be true. So what's the catch?
Well, no platform is perfect, right?
Right.
One thing to keep in mind is, as advanced as their AI is, it's not flawless.
Right.
It's important to still use your judgment and not rely solely on, whatever the AI says.
Okay.
Think of it more as like a really powerful tool, not a magic wand.
That's a great point. Technology should enhance our efforts, not replace them entirely.
Exactly. It's still up to us to put in the work to make those, crucial human connections.
Exactly. And their job database, as vast as it is, it might not include every single job opening out there. So it's still good to, explore other job boards, other resources, right? So
Right.
it's all about using RoleCatcher strategically in conjunction with your other, job search methods.
Exactly. But even with those considerations, I really do think RoleCatcher is a potential game changer for job seekers. Just the level of personalization, the guidance, the support they offer is pretty unparalleled.
I totally agree. It's clear that they're really at the forefront of revolutionizing how we approach our careers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And with their, commitment to using technology to empower job seekers, I think they're only going to continue to be a leader in this space.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. It's incredible how much RoleCatcher offers. But for our listeners who maybe are feeling a little overwhelmed right now, what's the key takeaway here?
The key takeaway, I would say, is this. RoleCatcher empowers you. It gives you the tools, the resources, to find the right opportunities to really nail those applications and to develop valuable skills, for long-term career success.
It's like having a career coach, a mentor, a cheerleader, all rolled into one.
Exactly. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed by this whole process, remember, there are resources out there, and RoleCatcher is a great place to start.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll wrap things up for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of RoleCatcher. Hopefully this has given you a much clearer picture of what this platform has to offer and how it can, help you on your own career journey.
It's been a pleasure, and best of luck in your job search.
And remember, that right opportunity is out there waiting for you. Until next time on the deep dive, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep reaching for your goals.